Hello, world, and welcome to the first episode of Rumorcast, conveniently named the episode of firsts. I'm here with my best friend Andy today to kick off this initial recording for my new podcast. But before we can continue on, we need to make sure we thank those that have made this podcast possible. And I'm directly referencing Beeman's Fork Soap Company. You can find them at beemansfork.com. They were voted the best of the best green businesses for 2018 by the New Bern Sun Journal. They are a 100% cruelty-free company, meaning not only are the products not tested on animals, but 100% of the ingredients are sourced from cruelty-free ethical suppliers. So they only deal with nice people in order to maintain a world-friendly environment. And all the goat milk used comes from the goats that are actually on their chemical-free farm. That's right. They are great animal advocates. They do wonderful things with the animals on their farm, and they are very well taken care of and appreciated. They have a wide range of soaps for both women and men, bath bombs, sugar scrubs, and lip balms. They have home good products as well, like laundry soap, scented sprays, and even wax melts. My personal favorite product of theirs is called Shiver Me Timbers. It smells like man. It smells like I just walked out of the forest with a red flannel and a chainsaw. It smells so good, and I actually feel a whole lot cleaner because I was a body wash kind of guy. I used to use body wash all the time and only body wash. I couldn't remember the last bar of soap that the actual bar of soap that I used. But once I started using their products, I loved it. I have not touched body wash since then, and I love their products. They are great products. They smell amazing, and in turn, you smell amazing. Make sure to visit them in person at the New Bern Farmers Market on South Front Street, downtown New Bern, North Carolina. And if you're like me and you love to do your shopping online, make sure you place your order. But before you check out, make sure you use the code RUMOR to take 10% off of your first order. That's right. Help me, help you, help the world. And for those of you that do get heavily involved in their businesses, they do have seasonal collections. So if you get involved in getting the pre-orders for the seasonal collection boxes, keep in mind a portion of the proceeds from those are donated to the Be Cruelty Free campaign through the Humane Society. Like I said, these people love the world, and I would love you to go help them help the world. So with that being said, how about we start the first episode of Rumorcast?
You are never going to believe what I just heard.
That this podcast was going to be the best thing on this planet.
We'll see about that. I heard this is going to suck.
Come on, homie. Do you believe everything you hear? My name's Phil, and this is Rumorcast. Oh my god, I'm so nervous.
You should be nervous.
I am nervous. It's the first damn episode, homie. Of course I'm nervous. Why wouldn't I be nervous?
Jesus prevents nervousness.
Did you, like, low-key tell me to pray to God that this goes all right? Because that's...
I don't think there's hope for this.
Oh, God. Why? You're not helping.
No.
You're not helping.
Everyone starts low.
Yeah, I started low on this thing, man. It was a pain in the ass, even with the name. Like, even with the name. I had everything figured out.
Like, I want to do something online.
Right. Yeah, I had something. Like, I want to do something on the internets.
YouTube's overrated.
Yeah, right. It's played out. You know, it's all music videos now. Music videos and, like, reality camera captures.
We could be like a DJ, you know.
No.
Start mixing music.
No, I don't want to do that. You know, it's pain in the ass it's going to be with licensing and copyrights, and
it's worth it in the end.
How do you figure if we get everything taken down?
I like music. Hey, if you go to jail and I get good tunes, I'm okay.
Thanks. Mm-hmm. I appreciate you having my back. This is like
I'll listen to it with thought of you.
Oh my God, man. This is my best friend.
I wouldn't say best.
Oh man, this is going to be a bad night. Okay. So,
No,
yeah.
you fought for a long time trying to come up with a name. You were texting me for a while.
Well, yeah, after I found out that... So, the original name was supposed to be Opinionated.
Mm-hmm. Which I like that name.
It was a great name. And the funny part is the .com and the .net were already taken. But it didn't matter because the .me was available. So, Opinionated.me. I couldn't get any better than that. It was perfect. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, crap, I should probably make social media a thing and get social media lined up for
Everybody
everything.
needs their Twitters.
Yeah, right, exactly. I'm not looking forward to that aspect of it. Well, I am and I'm not. I don't know. I'm not experienced with Twitter. I don't usually do social media all that heavily. So, but yeah, I started searching on all that and everything. Like every iteration that I could think of Opinionated was taken, and I'm like, okay, I know it's not an uncommon word, but this seems a little too difficult.
Mm-hmm.
And then sure enough, after doing some more thorough Google searching, I came across the Opinionated Podcast, where it's four guys.
Podcast on top of it already.
I know, right? Like my idea is just there.
Yep.
Thanks, Phil. Like, and then I felt like such a dumbass because it's like, yeah, you idiot. If you can think of it, so can somebody else. So it's like, oh, hey, look who's late to the game. And I was so bitter because their podcast is just four guys watching movies. And it's like,
do you get to watch the movie with them?
well, no, you can't watch the movie with them. I was just bitter. I'm not going to knock their show because I haven't even listened to the show. I refuse to have anything to do with their show.
Just because they stole, or no, they thought of the name before you.
What kind of fucked up shit is that, right? Like, man, okay, we can turn this podcast off. Shit.
And scene.
No, right? No, I was bitter as hell. I was so bitter about it. And
You were ready to quit.
I was.
Mm-hmm.
I totally called you up, and I'm like, I can't believe it. That's got to be a sign, homie. Like, this is it. I'm done. Da-da-da-da-da. Just being a total bitch about it.
I had to go all Dr. Phil on you.
You totally did. You're like,
turn your life around.
yeah, I know. Just because the pancake's flat doesn't mean it doesn't have two sides. Sometimes when you're driving on the hot road, you got to pull over and just relax on the nice, cool grass. Oh, man. So
yeah, I was just like, they had a name, so you can still do a podcast. Just think of a different name.
Yeah, you totally. That's all you said too. Is just like, dude, it's just a name. It doesn't make your show whatever you want your show to be. It doesn't make it who you are. I'm like,
so I was like, no, we can do better. Let's think of a new name.
yeah, dude, you were nothing but encouragement there.
I should get paid for this shit.
Right? Seriously. First podcast episode, and I'm going to get a fucking invoice in the mail from my best friend. Oh, man. So, yeah, then we just went on an adventure of just trying to figure out a new name.
Half the stuff I came up with was just to fuck with you, though.
Are you fucking serious?
Stupid names.
Are you serious?
I thought of some good ones.
Because I know, but I mean, everything you sent me, I was just like, okay, I need to consider that. Okay, I need to, like, I took it 100% seriously. Now, you've been keeping that in your back pocket for this episode, haven't you?
What? No.
Oh, you're a fucking dick. Like, I was just fucking with you the whole time, bro.
No, some of those actually were kind of cool because I thought, something that kind of went back and forth. I think the first one's was like biased rationality.
Oh, yeah.
That was okay, I guess.
Yeah, it wasn't bad because you can't create drama with a little bit of bias.
Nope.
Then what do we have? We had mundane extremist and southern judge. Oh, and that's when we came across criticized.
Yep.
But I wasn't sold on that because I was just like, that's way too common. There's no way that I would get away with that.
No, I was just trying to think of words that were, because you were looking up opinionated, so I was thinking, okay, judgment and,
Oh, yeah, synonyms and whatnot.
Yep,
absolutely. Yeah, so eventually it came down to where I'm like, dude, it's got to be like maybe a single word. So then, like, cast is in, and Chillaxacast. Chillaxacast. Thank you for tuning in to Chillaxacast. Ooh, that sounds just dumb.
It does.
That sounds really dumb.
When you originally said that, it reminded me of the Friends episode when Phoebe and Rachel were trying to come up with their new taxi service where they gave massages in it. The Relaxacax taxi. The Relaxataxi.
Yes, that name definitely. Chillaxacast sounds like it would definitely be on an episode of Friends. Something that, oh, dude, it's something that Joey would think up.
Yep. It was Phoebe. It was close enough.
Yeah, right. And what we had? We had like bias judgment.
Castigate, I think, was one of them.
Yeah. Oh, and that led into Podcastigated.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I'm so glad I didn't like that one. Oh, man. Convicticast.
Convocast. That's when we got into the whole cast thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
We were trying to work that in because it just... It was a utility, it worked out to be, identifying to what, it was supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
But it kind of removes a lot of the guesswork for, dressing and whatnot.
Yep. So I was trying to think of stuff with your name in it. So it's like Filtercast.
I'm like, that's not going to go over so well, just audio. I mean, if you see it, that'll work great.
Yep.
But just audio. Oh, yeah, I listened to Filtercast. How do you spell it? Nobody's going to ask that.
Filth.
Oh, for real. Yeah, and then what were the other ones?
Philosophy? No. Yeah, that was...
Yeah, that you were trying to work my name and
Yep.
everything. Yep. And then eventually I was like, okay, I need synonyms for conversation and stories and, you name it. And that's when I was like, ooh, gossip.
Mm-hmm.
Gossip cast. And I'm like, okay, what's the synonym
It didn't
for gossip?
the whole gossip cast didn't work well together. I know, it was okay.
It just doesn't ring right, man.
No.
Gossip cast. It's like gossip cast.
No.
Like, no, it just doesn't. But then synonyms of gossip cast led me to rumor.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I heard myself say rumor cast, I was like, oh, ooh. I'm like, we might have a winner. I remember texting you that, and I was like, please like it, please like it, please like it.
I liked it, but I was like, well, let's think of more stuff with Phil. So I was like, syphilis.
Oh, I remember that shit.
Like, you didn't like it, though.
Yeah, gee, I wonder why. Oh, yeah, and if you act now, you can get your free STD. But
with
yeah.
the coupon code CAST.
Yeah, right, exactly. So, yeah. No, then once you approved of it, I went on a rampage online. Like, I went to Instagram, I went to Twitter, I went to Facebook, I went to Gmail, I went to Outlook. I locked everything, and every single one of them was available. Even the .com and the .net. Everything was available.
I had come across a website that you can just search in once, and it has a list of everything, and it shows it all.
Oh, like there. Even the social media and everything?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell is that called?
I can't remember. I came across it when I was trying to search for you. I'd have to possibly Google it, but yeah, it searches everything, the .com, the .me, the .org, all the social medias. It searches everything, and it'll tell you if it's available or taken.
That's a pretty damn handy utility for somebody trying to create something.
Something you probably should have had right away.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I should have been using that from the beginning instead of panicking that day and being all upset and butthurt. But yeah, no, I liked Rumorcast and everything was available for it, so locked all that shit down. And
but are you going to use it now? Like,
I'll use the Twitter and the Instagram, not
the Facebook.
No, Facebook shot it down.
Really?
They shot it down. The next day after I created it, I got a notification that I was trying to impersonate somebody else. with Rumorcast.
Yourself.
Yeah, you know what? It's funny that you say that because that's exactly what it was. It was because I used my personal cell number as a recovery feature, and they tagged it as that. And I'm just like, dude, I do not want to go through all the freaking crap to get this resolved. So I was just like, you know what? Screw it.
Facebook's been dying for a while. Everybody's switching to Instagram.
Yeah, it's been going downhill. So at that point, I was just like, you know what? Screw you, Facebook. I'm just going to use Twitter and Instagram. Those have been the two best ones for the last couple years. Like, it's been crazy how popular those two have been. And yeah, just like you said, man, and Facebook's just on a slow decline.
Yep. But how often are you even going to use the Instagram and Twitter? I mean, you really haven't been too big into the social media.
No, I haven't, but I mean, this is going to push me a little bit more because that way I can start leaving updates like, hey, just recorded an episode with da-da-da-da-da to be out on this date, you know. Hey, and I know I make fun of that, but it'll be a good utility to, you know, keep the fans posted and keep them up to date and, you know, anything that's new or developing.
That and newer sales, like if Chris Ann has some new soap.
Hey, there you go. Yep, absolutely.
Love that soap.
Dude, that soap is amazing. So I would love to go into more of it, but I've actually dedicated a whole episode to Beeman's Fork Soap Company. You can find them at beemansfork.com. Yeah, that soap is badass, though.
Yeah, I'm glad I got to try it.
Dude, I'll never use body wash again.
Yep.
Oh, man. Remind me later to have you smell my soap. Because, well, she sent us different ones. So, yeah, the one I got is, dude, it smells so manly. Like, I love it, man. It smells amazing.
He just flexes when he gets out of the car.
Pretty much, man. Hurry, take my picture. But yeah, you know, I mean, I don't know. I've never been that huge into social media, but it would be a good start to get into it. I mean, Twitter and Instagram are taking over the social media game. Well, have taken over the social media game. So either way, it's going to be a good utility to keep everybody up to date and just make sure that line of communication stays open and announcements, et cetera, et cetera.
Yep. Well, we had sworn off Facebook for the longest time.
You still don't have a Facebook.
No.
You've never created one.
I did create one once, but that was because I played on Xbox Live with somebody that lived in Boston, and he drove these big wet carriages and horses, and for his job he drove them around the park.
Oh, like the romantic thing.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
So he was telling me about all this stuff, and he's like, yeah, I've got all these pictures on my Facebook. So he's like, you should check them out. So I created it and befriended him so I could check out all this. But besides that, no, I haven't bothered using it.
You haven't been big in the social, just Snapchat. That's the only thing I've really seen you.
Yeah, and that's like
that's just me.
3 or 4 people. Yeah.
Yeah. Seriously, yeah, you are not in the social media game at all.
Nope.
So I'm gonna have to wrap your ass up in Twitter and Instagram.
Well, you betrayed me and went to Facebook once. Yep.
Yeah. Oh my God.
For the longest time, we went back and forth about how evil Facebook is. Nope. Next thing you know, hey, I got a Facebook.
What? My mom made me do it.
Yes, that's what the excuse is every time. My mom says.
Yeah, my mom. I love my mom.
I do too.
She's a good mom. I love your mom too.
She's cool.
She's really cool and tolerant.
Of you.
Oh, yeah. Totally tolerant of me. Yeah.
How did she make you use Facebook?
I always want to be in touch, Phil. I want to see updates of your babies when you have them.
Aww.
Yeah, it's like, Mom, shut the fuck up. I'm not having kids. Ever. Sorry, grandchildren are out of the question. And now she flips the script. Now it's always, oh, yes, we shouldn't bring a child into this cruel world. It's like, Jesus Christ, Mom. If it's not one extreme, it's the next. Like, she gets hardcore on that Facebook, man. Some of her posts, it's like, dude,
That's all Facebook is, though. It's people very dedicated to their cause.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. And it does provide them a platform audience of people that are close to them, you know. So, and to be honest with you, that's one of the deceiving things and can lead a very false sense of security because, typically the people on your Facebook are your immediate friends and family who are going to just in general encourage whatever it is that you've got to say.
Yep.
So in that aspect of things, that can definitely create a false sense of security. And when you finally do get in an environment where somebody's willing to contend your thoughts and ideas, and it's like deer in headlights, like, bah.
Yep.
So, yeah. Yeah. I don't even use it that much, dude. I'm on that thing like maybe once a week.
Yeah, you've even mentioned recently about just deleting it and not even using it.
Yeah. Now that this is up and running and, we'll have the website up and going, it's done. Like I'm just trashing it. I've already saved a backup of it and I'm out. I'm not going to do it anymore. I'll do the Twitter and Instagram for the show, and that'll be more than enough social media for me.
Yep.
And I got Snapchat, and that's my own private social interaction with me and my closest friends.
Yep.
So, no, you can't have my Snapchat. Don't post anything about, oh, Phil on Twitter, give me your Snapchat. Not going to happen. Maybe.
If you're hot.
Yeah, right. Thanks. Now my Twitter is going to blow up with a bunch of freaking unacceptable pictures.
It's just D-pics.
Do not.
Are these all from Andy?
Damn, he is my best friend. A big best friend.
I love you.
Oh, man. So, yeah, we had to delay this first episode a little bit. You had a little incident.
Issues.
Yeah,
I don't know what was going on. It was weird. I just woke up one day and all of a sudden I was in pain. I was like, well, this isn't normal.
Is this normal?
Pretty much. No, I put up with it for about a week. And then it was just a crazy burning sensation, like right in my midsection, right below my sternum. And
burning? Is that all it was? Is burning? There was like no sharp pain? Or?
No, it was more of a burning. But then if I ate something, then it kind of felt like I ate razor blades.
Ooh.
It just it was bad.
Just in that one spot, or like?
It would stay right in my sternum area. It wouldn't really move anywhere at that point.
How was it like standing up and getting down? And
that was okay until I ate. And then I just usually had to lay down and curl in a ball.
Oh my God! Like to the point of crying?
Only one time.
Oh, dude.
that was the night I almost went to the ER, which I probably should have. But no, it was, if I ate something, probably 3-4 hours, I'd be in pain. And then it would just die back down to being kind of a dull ache pain. And it was just never went away. And so then I talked to my sister, Holly. She's a nurse or CNA. So she gave me a couple ideas, and I was like, well, I'll call a nurse hotline too. And they're like, yeah, that kind of sounds like your gallbladder. So I was like, all right, well, I'll go in, took the day of work off and went in, and they ran some tests. They're like, yeah, you got gallstones. They didn't tell me how many or anything. She's like, yeah, you got gallstones and we need to take it out. So it's like, well, all right. But she's like, well, you don't have a normal doctor, so you have to see a doctor first before they can tell you or give you the consultation to do that. So it's like,
you don't have a doctor, so you have to go get a doctor.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. My original doctor retired many years ago, and I haven't gone to the doctor for probably 8-9 years.
Well, damn.
So, I mean, that's a good thing, I guess. But
oh, yeah, it's always good to be healthy.
So they're like, okay, well, we can get you in a week. So I was like, okay. So they gave me some pain meds, and they gave me some hydrocodone. It didn't do anything. And I was like, okay, well, I'll just wait till Monday. So I finally went to the doctor, and it was basically just go in, talk to her for 5 minutes, and her write in the consultation that I seen her, and she gives the okay for me to talk to a surgeon. So she's like, okay, well, the next one is in another week. So I was like, well, crap, now I got to wait another week.
Oh, dude. Oh, that's torture.
So, yep, then I sat there, and the one night I was like, well, maybe if I just change my diet. So I decided to, because we'd been following keto for the longest time.
Yeah.
And doing tons of reading. Your gallbladder is for helping you digest fat and stuff like that. So I was like, well, maybe I'm working it too hard and I just need to cut back. So then I was like, well, let's cut back on the fat. And I just didn't even think about it. I just bought some pasta, some chicken Alfredo pasta stuff. And
just pick up the carbs.
Mm-hmm. But that's the worst thing to do with it, like the complex carbs and the protein.
No. Dude, did it get so much worse or what?
That was the night I almost cried. It lasted about 9 hours.
Oh, dude.
It was pretty terrible.
That sounds brutal.
That was probably the worst pain I've been in. Yeah, I've broken both my arms before too. Yeah, that was the worst pain I've ever been in.
Oh my God, dude. That sucks.
So I waited, and then it came Friday, the Friday before the Monday that I was going to have that talk to the surgeon. And for some reason, the pain all of a sudden shifted from my midsection over to my whole left side. So I was like, well, I'm dying soon or something cool is happening. So I was like, I just wrote it out, and the pain kind of got less and less and less on my whole left side. So I was like, okay, well, it's kind of cool. I was thinking originally, I was like, well, maybe the stone is passing. It's working its way down, and now all of a sudden my pancreas is getting blocked because the stone worked his way down there. So
all of a sudden
shit,
you get if it's not one thing, it's the fucking next, dude. Jesus.
So
wow.
Then when I finally went in, the pain would only pop up very little. It was almost entirely gone. And I liked this doctor. He was the first one that actually brought up all my stats, my sonograms, everything that I actually talked about with the other doctors. He actually went thoroughly through everything. And
you even cup the bowls and cough?
No, he didn't need to. He's like, you're good.
You're good. I believe you.
No, after I told him everything, he's like, well, I'm glad you're feeling better. And he's like, if you want it out, I'll cut out your gallbladder. But he's like, going by it got better. Let's just wait it out for now. But if it comes back, let me test you for ulcers. Because the fact that you were in pain all the time and it never went away, he said, that makes me think it was ulcers before gallstones. Because gallstones, the pain eventually goes away until you eat again. And he said a lot of doctors just quickly write it off as gallstones.
But what about the length of time that you were in pain? Like 9 hours is a long friggin' time, dude.
If you got ulcers, yeah, pain
can last that long.
Yeah, just
oh my God,
from eating the acid in the food or anything, yeah, it can just trigger a reaction. But that was just his assumption or thought, and that's what we were going to test for if it came back. But I haven't had issues since then.
So you've been good ever since that one
just
incident.
Went away. I just had to go about 3.5, 4 weeks in pain until then.
Poop something out, or
no? I wasn't digging and looking.
Oh man, that is horrible. Well, I'm glad you're all right, man. But
yeah,
that sounds bad.
Because we were talking about doing the podcasting right before that.
Yeah.
And then we're like, nope.
Yeah, you're like, I have a problem, homie.
You were pretty worried when I told you I had surgery because I didn't go into detail.
Oh, you didn't tell me anything. Yeah, you didn't tell me anything like I got surgery. Like, mother-fucker.
You called me while you're at work at your desk. You're like, are you okay?
Yeah, do I need to, leave? I was freaking out.
I was like, well, I haven't really had surgery before, so it'd be my first.
Well,
that's good.
Any surgery is not good, but
no.
It's for the greater good, but you always want to avoid surgery if you can.
Pretty much. No, I've never. I guess I had to get put under when I broke my arm one time.
Yeah.
And I got viral meningitis. That's when I learned that I got viral meningitis when I was about 12, and that's when I found out that medication to put you under via shots don't work on me. They gave me twice as much.
The general anesthetic.
Yeah, through the IV.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. They gave me twice as much as an adult should have.
Dude, don't tell me you were paralyzed for how long? How you don't go under, but you're paralyzed?
I wasn't paralyzed, but I was awake when they did a spinal tap on me. They'd lay on your side, curl you in a ball,
dude.
Shove the needle up your back.
Oh, no, I'm good, bro. We can stop that conversation right there.
Yep.
Holy shit.
And they tried to do that another time when I broke my arm, and they had to reset it. And I told them afterwards, I was like, yeah, I was awake when you were doing that. And they're like, no, you were out. So then I started telling them what they did and what they were talking about. And they just were like, white.
Yeah, assholes.
He's like, yeah, I was awake.
Okay, we're just going to have you sign this document so we don't run into a malpractice suit.
So, yeah, other than that, gas might work, but shots don't.
What do you mean gas might work?
The gas, too.
No, I know what you're talking about. Has it worked before?
I don't know.
Oh, shit. If it ever comes back around, we're going to find out.
It's very true.
Oh, dude. Oh, dear baby Jesus, please don't let that come back around. Oh, shit. Wow. That's hardcore.
Guess I'm a rebel, Daddy.
Yeah. Well, first time for everything. Shit. But that's like a first time you don't fucking want.
So, but no, now we're doing our podcast. So,
the first episode of the podcast. I'm so excited. I'm a lot less nervous than I thought I was going to be about an hour ago. An hour ago, I was kind of nervous, man. I was like,
well,
I don't know.
It's weird getting started. You're like, what do you talk about?
Right.
And you just kind of let it flow. I mean, we were usually BSing with each other anyway, so.
That's true. First episode. So we should talk about...
Probably, I mean, if we're getting into social media now, I mean, you've never really dabbled. I mean, I think there were some video programs you've used in the past, maybe?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there was when I did video editing, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
No, I started way before that, dude. It was... Oh, my God, dude. It was the AOL days.
That's way back in the day.
Yeah, way back in the day. I'm talking about the day when they would... they used to mail out these CDs. And you could... I know this is going to sound trashy as hell. But back in that day, you could order a computer on credit. Like, you didn't even have to have money. And you know me, I came up in a poor family, so my dumb ass, the moment I turned 18, I ordered a computer on credit and just never paid it.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, right.
They're still expecting it.
I know, exactly, yeah. But, no, that's been long written off. I never did pay that computer. It was a shitty... That was when Gateway... That was when Gateway first... launched.
Okay.
And Gateway had this like cow pattern.
Mm-hmm.
It was old school, man. And they shipped me my new computer, and I went out and purchased a modem, because back in that day everything was dial up.
Yep.
It was that like straight up, let me play you the song of my people before you access this thing. And that's where you got that signature welcome, you've got mail. Like, that's where that all came from. And it was a genius marketing idea at the time, because they would send out those discs, those CDs, you would install their software, and then you would get like a 3-month free trial to get online. And the beauty of it was you could keep using them.
Okay.
So every time, people, not making this up, people would collect those AOL discs, because back then, I mean, pirating wasn't even a big thing. Or I shouldn't say big thing. It wasn't very widely known. And so since it wasn't like that widely known, people would save these discs that they got in the mail for like the quote unquote free trials. And at that time, AOL didn't really have any right protection other than, you couldn't copy the CD. But then, of course, that got cracked right out the gate.
Yep.
So they would save those CDs, and then you would just re-up your free trial every time. So you never had to pay for AOL ever.
Interesting.
Yeah,
okay.
It was crazy. And then AOL was like a piece of software, not a web browser. A web browser is a piece of software, but it was basically it was like a central hub to access online social sites. So you would have like you'd have a web browser built into that. You'd have like a news tab, kind of like what looked like Yahoo. And then you had like chat rooms and forum boards and you name it, and they had this like little hub where you could pick where you wanted to go. It was so old school and archaic, man. And so what I started doing is I started going into the chat rooms. And the chat rooms they had like themed chat rooms for whatever it was that you wanted to talk about. So if you wanted to talk about cars, or you wanted to talk about sports, or computers, you name it. If you name it, they had a category for it. And you would go into these categories and jump in these chat rooms. So I was young.
Oh, boy.
I was young. I was dumb. And I was very horny.
As most people are of that age.
Exactly. So I went searching through the romance chat rooms, and eventually I came across one called the Flirts Nook. Now, these chat rooms, they could only hold so many people.
Yep.
So what they would do is they would hold... It wasn't that many. It was like it was somewhere in the range of 20 to 30 people, and that was it. But when it reached its cap, instead of blocking you out of the room and just like forcing you to go somewhere else, it would create a duplicate room, and in that room would be the Flirts Nook 1. And if that one filled up, it would make another duplicate, Flirts Nook 2, Flirts Nook 3, Flirts Nook 4, and it would just keep duplicating to keep you in the same theme. So it would be different people, but you would still be quote unquote in the room.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, I get on one day and I jump into the Flirts Nook, and normally I would land somewhere in the range of like 8 to 15. So it would be Flirts Nook 8 to 15, somewhere in that range.
Quite a popular.
Oh yeah, dude! It was romance, and this is when cybersex was being invented. So
ASL.
everybody, oh yeah, dude, ASL to the extreme. Like, oh, dude, at this point in time, this would have been Chris Hansen's like haven. Like,
why don't you have a seat?
Yeah, why don't you have a seat right over here? But anyway, yeah, dude. And one day I jumped in, and it was Flirts Nook 2. And I was like, oh, shit, nobody's on. I'm like, damn, dude. And there was only about maybe 5 or 6 people in there.
Yep.
So I was like, where the fuck is everybody? But anyway, there was this girl in there, and her online handle was Insidious Bliss. And I was like, yeah, what's up, girl? How's it going? You know, what's up? Well, anyway, the funny part was when I intended to cyber bang this chick, we actually got to talking. Like,
I just want to get to know you.
Yeah, I know, right? Exactly, dude. So it's like, yeah, I don't really care about your boobs anymore. Tell me more about you. You know, like the total opposite of what I should have been, or what I was attempting to do.
Yep.
Like, yeah, and so we started talking. We became friends, and she was like, yeah, no, I was just hanging out in here waiting to get in, and I was like, waiting to get into what?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so weird. I was so thrown off. Like, what are you waiting to get into? And she was like, the Flirts Nook, and I was like, where and this is where like I didn't understand.
Okay.
And come to find out, she's like, no, here, do what I do. And she told me what to do. And then you just keep jumping in and out and in and out and in and out and in and out at the same chat room. And eventually what'll happen is somebody in the very first room will leave, and there's like a 2-second gap where it'll bring somebody else in.
Okay.
And sure enough, there were cliques of people that hung out in these first rooms.
Wow.
Because as soon as the bulk of people would come online, all the other rooms would get filled up, and then people would just talk to whoever. It didn't matter. And then you would put them on their private chat, or like your friends list. You would put them on your friends list, and then AOL Instant Messenger, and then you would just talk to them there from then on out. Nobody really gave a damn about being in the same chat room. You know what I mean? But there was a group of people that created their own group chat out of the main rooms for AOL. You just had to keep jumping in and out, and it wouldn't take you very long. It would only take you about, I'd say about the longest I waited to get in was probably about 10-15 minutes.
Okay.
Until I finally got in. And sure enough, it was everything. You know, the sports, the cars. You know, I just got curious one day and did it on every single one of them. And sure enough, like there was a week-long period where I kept jumping into all these rooms, and it's the same clique in every single one of these rooms.
Wow.
And it was like their own privately run group chat because these were the only people that knew how to fucking do it. So yeah, it was crazy. So now, of course, my ego's being stroked, and I feel like I'm being a part of something special.
One of us.
I know, right? Exactly. So now I'm just high as a kite right now, thinking like, yes, I'm a part of something. Yay! So anyway, in the Flirts Nook, like all the other ones, it was like they stuck to the theme.
Yep.
But the theme in the Flirts Nook was, sex. So, naturally. So the clique in the Flirts Nook, it was like 6 girls, including Insidious Bliss. Her name's Lorraine. It was Lorraine and her 6 girlfriends. And then it was just a couple of guys. Like, I was outnumbered. But anyway, because she dug me, they all accepted me. They didn't even ask any questions or nothing.
Yep.
Same thing with the other guys. They were friends of a friend, that kind of thing. But I sat in this chat room and watched some of the most ridiculous shit go down ever. Sure enough, come to find out, her and her 6 friends had a private website. And they would, whoever landed in that first room, they would totally be into you. And these chicks were hot too. They were good looking girls.
Okay.
And they would just get into these guys and just dig their claws in, homie. And these 6 girls had a private website where they would post pictures of getting these guys to write their username handle on their dicks and then posting it on the website, dude. So it was a trophy case. They had a digital fucking dick trophy case. I'm not making this shit up, man. Like, I swear to God, it was one of the craziest things. Still to this day, one of the craziest things I've ever seen. Like, it was insane. And that's what they treat it. And they even had like seasonal contests where, like if it was Christmas time, okay, whoever comes in last with the most dicks or whatever the contest, and it wasn't even just dicks, it was even chicks too, getting them to write their username tag on their fucking tits and everything like that. Yeah, dude, it was even that. And they had contests, and like whoever lost would have to buy presents for everybody or whatever you name it is.
Yep.
And they used these people like that. And I was so impressed. I worship this girl. I'm like, oh my God, this is so badass. It was just fucking amazing. Loved it. Such good entertainment. Oh, man.
How long did you do that?
That was only a couple of years, because that same girl... I don't even know if it was... Oh, man. I don't remember. It wasn't too long, because eventually... It had to have been less than 2 years, because eventually that same girl, Lorraine, Insidious Bliss, she introduced me to a website called El Sano.
Never heard of it.
No. It was one of those... Because... Now we're transitioning. Okay, so now we got web browsers that are popular. So AOL is starting to fall apart, and web browsers are starting to become a thing. People are starting to build websites. Website is starting to grow rapidly, and it shifted from chat rooms to forum boards. Okay. So yeah, making just like forum posts.
Yep.
So that's what it all started to shift to, and there was the original, which still exists to this day. It's incredible. It's called Something Awful. So yeah, Something Awful is where they all used to post at. But then like a clique of people wanted their own thing, so they created the SAN forum, SAAN, Smile and Act Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. So the SAN.
I know that girl.
The SAN forum was a spin-off of Something Awful, which, dude, I'm not even making this up. They are still in full force today.
Wow.
It's impressive. So yeah, they came up with the forum SAN, and then there was a clique of people that Lorraine was friends with from Canada.
Okay.
Yeah, they were all, it was a clique of people. I mean, obviously there were more people from around the world, of course. But it was a clique of people from Canada that started it, and it was because the website owner of SAN, Smile and Act Nice, couldn't afford to keep the website running.
Okay.
So the website, it was expected the website was going to fall apart, and it did. So what these guys did is they created another spin-off website called El Sano.
Nice.
Yeah. And that's what Lorraine introduced me to, was El Sano.
Okay.
And I'm not making this shit up, man. It was a forum board that was just a clique of friends, and they used it to judge outsiders. So she didn't do me a service on that one.
No.
Not to mention the fact I didn't do myself a service on that one, because I was like, this was back in the day when emotions mattered on the internet. You know what I mean? Like,
People still think they matter.
that's a good point.
People get more hurt nowadays.
Yeah, okay, I'll run with that. I know how they feel, because when I was 20 years old on this stupid-ass forum board, I remember how emotional I was getting over this crap, and it was, dude, it was so stupid.
It was like high school stuff, judging people.
Oh, yeah, and even worse than that, because you can't even really, like, quote-unquote, fight each other, so it's never going to escalate to a physical point, but, dude, does that type of shit make you say some just ridiculous crap? So, of course, I was saying all kinds of dumb shit that, of course, feeding the trolls, man. This clique of, friends from Toronto were just tearing me apart, and everybody was laughing at me. Woe is me. Nobody likes me. This bullshit. I hate you, Lorraine. Like, yeah, it was just, it was so stupid.
So he put his computer up for sale.
Oh, my God, I wanted to. Let me tell you, I was just so mad. But eventually, they just I calmed down. I learned to calm down. And then they tolerated me.
That's a good word to put.
Yeah, right? Exactly. That's exactly the word to put. And I was just so stupid. And then it got kind of weird.
Why? What'd you do?
No, it's not what I did. It's what I found. So after you've been on the website, I can't remember how it was. It was like there was a time delay, or because each forum on the website had like a different moderator.
Okay.
And I think the moderator had to approve you to be in that section. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So I got approved to be in a section, and I can't remember the name of this section. I think it was called Fuck You and Die. I'm not making that up. I swear to God. Yeah. But the funny part was...
And you wanted to be a part of this. Explains a lot.
I had a lot of emotions going on, homie. No. And it was called, I'm pretty sure it was called Fuck You and Die. But the point of it being, like, the rest of the forum, and I know this is going to sound stupid, and it was stupid. The rest of the forum was, like, moderated to be publicly friendly, I guess, is the best way you could say it. So, like, swearing had to be kept to a minimum. You couldn't talk about, sexual encounters, or, you couldn't post anything offensive. It had to be like,
PC principle.
Pretty much. Yeah, that is a good description. Yes. PC principle ran the rest of the fucking forum board except this one forum that was hidden.
Okay.
Oh, homie, the shit I found in this thing. Like, dude, come to find out, they were having, like, amateur nude contests in this fucking forum. Like, themselves.
Wow.
Like, for real. It got so awkward after that. Like...
Did you participate?
Fuck no.
And that's what everyone here is wondering.
Yeah, that's a good point. I got to remember I've got an audience now.
Yep.
Yeah. No, fuck no. I did not participate in that shit
at all.
That's
what he wants us to believe.
Yeah. Oh, God.
There's pictures out there.
Watch. The Google search is going to spike on El Sano right now. Oh, shit. No. I didn't participate because I remember exactly how I felt. I felt so awkward. Like,
why?
Because all of a sudden I was like, bitch, I don't want to be a part of this.
Okay.
This is so weird, because even though I had all those emotions running, and I at the end of the day, I wanted to be a part of the cool clique on El Sano, it still came down to a matter of finding that and finding out that there was a whole bunch of them that were posting up like nude competitions and shit like that. Mm-hmm. It was like a switch flipped. And I was like,
You got in, but you ain't getting out.
Exactly. Guess what, Phil? You got to start posting nudes. Like, doubt it. Yeah. I remember having a conversation with Lorraine about that. Like, oh, you fucking bitch. Why didn't you tell me these were all weirdos that were here? You know?
She's one of them.
No, she never posted nude.
Really?
She never did any of that. She was on the heavier side a little bit. And she was really self-conscious about it. But I didn't care. I thought she was cute.
Mm-hmm.
Lorraine was really cute. So, yeah, that was after I found out all that nude crap. And, like, dude, they would even arrange meets. Like, the ones that were close to each other.
Yep.
Yeah, there were some swingers.
Some like, crazy parties going on.
And I didn't even know what a swinger was at that time.
It's like, well, I got swings at the park.
Exactly. No, so yeah, I let that whole thing go, and it wasn't too long after that Lorraine died.
Wow.
Yeah, she passed away. I remember. God, I can't remember her real name, but it was like Gemma, something. It was Gem something. It was a friend of hers. She found my AOL Instant Messenger handle and hit me up and let me know that she had passed away. And I just, oh, dude. That just wrecked me because me and Lorraine, we were like best friends online for like, at that point it was like 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. It was wicked.
Did she hit you up immediately, or was it just silence from Lorraine for a little while? And
it was silence from her for a while.
Okay.
Yeah. And I remember I had gotten busy playing video games. This is when I started getting really huge into video games.
Mm-hmm.
And I just figured she was like gone or something, or just on, doing something else.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she lived in Jersey and I was living in central Minnesota, so it wasn't like she was down the street from me.
Yep.
And I didn't, back in the day when people were real safe, when mommy and daddy said, don't you dare tell anybody your name, address, or phone number, and now we input it in the fucking internet every day.
Yep.
Back then it was a huge no-no. So we knew each other that whole time and had no idea what each other's phone number was.
Yep.
And yeah, out of nowhere. And she wasn't gone that long. It was only like a couple months. No, maybe it was longer than that. Maybe it was like 3 or 4 months. Let's see how much more time I can add before people start thinking I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah, we were close friends, but I didn't talk to her for about 6 months.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I just got wrapped up in video games. That's when the whole online multiplayer started getting hugely popular, and I got wrapped up in that. And yeah.
Were you like going searching for her, or was it just a random?
No, what was I doing? I was doing something online, and I was on El Sano, and I can't remember what I was on there for. I think it had something to do with video games, but anyway, AOL Instant Messenger would automatically pop up, and I had Gem. I want to say her name was Gem. I don't remember. Oh, it's gonna bug me. We'll just say Gem anyway. Gem, she hit me up right away as soon as I got on. Second I got on, she hit me up. She was like, Phil, and I was like, what's up? She's like, have you heard anything? And I was like, heard anything about what? What the fuck are you talking about? I haven't talked to you in forever. What's up? She's like, Lorraine's gone.
And you're like, where?
Well, yeah, I know. Yeah, I was like, what do you mean she's gone? She's like, did she get fucking deported? I know she was Puerto Rican. Like, like, what do you mean gone? And she's like, she passed away. And I remember her telling me that she had some health issues because of her weight.
Okay.
And yeah, dude, I was wrecked. I was so wrecked. Yeah, I'll never forget the way she used to talk to me too. Hello, my little cookie. Like, yeah, dude, she was always fucking with me. Oh my god, dude, she was hilarious. Oh man, yeah, that was my first like real hardcore online experience. And then after, the fuck came after that? Oh, so yeah, we did the video game thing.
What were you playing?
I think that was around. No, No. That was PS2. That was when. God, I want to say it was. God, what the hell? Ghost Recon. Who did Ghost Recon? What was that? What was that game called? Because there was like Ghost Recon
Splinter
Vegas.
Cell.
No, it wasn't Splinter Cell.
Because you're thinking multiplayer.
Yeah.
What was the game about?
It was just military. It was a military game, like Call of Duty.
Oh.
Rainbow Six. It was Rainbow Six.
Okay. I was trying to think of timeline-wise.
Yeah, it was Rainbow Six, and it was... I can't remember which one it was, but it was for PS2, and that's when PS2 was really starting to push the whole online thing.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, that was the one I was playing on the multiplayer. And, of course, that just led into a whole slew of just other video games. And it was just one video game after the next. And that's what I drowned myself into, especially after the Lorraine bit. I just...
Mm-hmm.
No, Mom, leave me alone. Here I am in my fucking 20s. Okay.
Locked up in your room.
Total neck beard.
Yeah, blinds all covered.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Then you decided to go back to social media after that?
I did, because I got into something kind of cool. YouTube.
Well, everybody knows YouTube.
Right, but not very many know what YouTube used to be, which is the biggest thing. YouTube, when it first came out, it was wildly popular with vloggers. Like, that's all that was on that. Like, you didn't have all these music videos. You didn't have all these high production cuts. You didn't have, like, all these trends and themes and everything that you saw. It was just, like, the most popular thing on YouTube that was always at the top of the lists was vloggers.
Mm-hmm.
People loved seeing people's lives. Now, you still had your viral video stuff. Like the biggest video on there was obviously that dude that's dancing. What was that called?
The Star Wars kid?
No, but that was a great video, dude. The Star Wars
the evolution of dance.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That, at the time, that was like a modern miracle.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. Just the amount of views. And that's what was the biggest thing, was the amount of views. And it encouraged all of the vloggers at the time to, step up their game.
Yep.
And they did too. They started, doing higher productions. They even started, like, some of them started scripting and they got bashed for it, and stuff like that. But no, it really helped kick off YouTube's deal. And oh, dude, there was so much good drama. So much good drama. Yeah, dude, you would have vloggers getting into fights with other vloggers, and they would make a screaming video at the other vlogger, dude. Yeah, it was epic. It was so much fun to fucking watch.
Leave Britney alone.
Yes, that was one of them. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Yeah, what's his name? Chris?
I can't remember his name.
Damn it, I can't remember his name either. Leave Britney alone right now. God, what the fuck was his name? That's going to bug the shit out of me. Are you looking it up?
Yeah, I can look quick.
Yeah, dude, he was huge on YouTube back in the day. Huge. And there was a clique of LBGT. Oh, my God, I sound like a stupid ass right now. The LG...
BT.
Yeah, okay, I am right on that. All right.
Well, it depends on how modern you are. They've randomly decided to add a Q at the end. So,
is the Q mean queer?
Yes.
Why?
Or questioning someone who's not sure.
Oh, like haven't really.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So that's what the Q.
I was scared. I thought you were going to say gender fluid for a second. Like, oh, dude.
We don't need to get into
that. No, we're not doing that. We are not doing that tonight. But anyway, the LBGT community had a very well pronounced presence on the vlogging on YouTube. Yeah, and it was this guy. Did you find him?
It's being slow, but it's going there.
And it was this guy, and he was friends with a guy named Jeffree Star. And Jeffree Star, and that's Starr, 2 R's.
Chris Crocker.
Yes, Chris Crocker. Yes. That's exactly who it was. So yeah, you had Chris Crocker, you had Jeffree Star, and then there was one other guy. They were huge YouTube stars. Some might even argue that they still are. Yes, I get it. I understand. They're fabulous. No, I understand that. But at this point in time, you got to understand that YouTube wasn't a flood of everything. I mean, it was a very close-knit community. Mm-hmm. I mean, we weren't even talking about making money on YouTube yet. In fact, I don't even think it had sold out to Google yet. I think it was still owned by those two other guys.
Yep.
So it was the vlogging community, quote unquote, controlled YouTube based on their popularity, because they all the popular ones, they all became like a clique, and the owners and the admins and stuff of the YouTube site, they would consult them on features and and then they became God, what did they call them? It was like curators or something like that. And yeah, they started to get paid.
That's where it all started.
That's where it all started downhill.
Or uphill. A lot of people,
It was uphill
people are making a living off of it.
No, it was uphill at first, and now it's just a big fucking mess. Like, huge mess. But at first, it was pennies.
Yep.
And then pennies turned to dollars, and then dollars turned to hundreds of dollars, and hundreds of dollars turned to millions of dollars.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. And they included them on all of that, and it was actually like a real close-knit community. But I didn't like anybody there.
Sounds like you.
I mean, I liked watching some of them, but you get to a point where it's like, could I be friends with that person? It's like, no, I couldn't.
Well, you're seeing everything about them, their personality, and their whole life.
That's a good point. Yeah, I had a nice objective view.
Yeah, without being subjected to it at all.
Exactly. Yeah, and I didn't like anybody there until I ran into... Shit, now I'm going to forget his name. It was Mike something. He ran a website, or he didn't run it, but he was a part of a website called Encyclopedia Dramatica. Okay.
It's quite the mouthful.
Oh, yeah, no, but it was a very important mouthful. So this guy and his friends, they were professionals at getting these YouTube stars to lose their shit. And even
starting drama.
Yes, yeah, that's all they did was start drama. They were trolls. They were trolls, and they baited, and they did it for the lulz. This is how lulz was invented, was these guys. I'm not making this up. These guys invented LULZ.
Okay.
Like, seriously, these are the guys that started all of that. And they would do everything they could to get these YouTube stars to get banned.
Wow.
Yeah, and some of them did, because they did dumb shit. They said the wrong thing, or they lost their mind, or you name it. It didn't matter what it was. That's what were these guys missed. Actually, I take that back. These guys didn't start the whole lulz thing. It's a lot of these guys were from a website called 4chan. And it was 4chan and yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about there. So, yeah, 4chan, they do it for the lulz. They've done some pretty prestigious work. I mean, as far as getting people to lose their minds, they're professionals at it.
It's where a lot of hackers originated from, too. So
Anonymous.
Yep.
It's where and talk about stupid, man. Do you remember all the old news reports back in the day about, Anonymous, they're out to kill you, and they would show that ridiculous stupid the B-roll clip where they're punching in code and stuff. It was so fake, dude. They wrapped up all these lies around Anonymous, and sure enough, way to make that crap popular and totally contradict everything you're trying to tell everybody, because now you made a whole bunch of people want to be a part of this.
Yep.
And now they're hacking the shit out of everything. Which, okay, you have your good and your bad with anything. And the majority of it was good. They were hacking, horrible places and pulling data and holding it for ransom.
Everybody's idea of good is different.
That's true. That is true.
Who was that finally cracked the PS3 Or was it the PS2? Oh, what the hell was it? He put a not. Give me a second. I'm gonna look it up. What am I thinking?
Are you talking about software on the PS3 or?
Yep.
Okay, I thought you were talking about that hack where they hacked in and they stole a bunch of Sony's corporate documentation. Not like passwords or anything. They stole a bunch of their corporate financial data.
Oh no, I was talking when they put Linux onto.
Oh yeah,
onto
I do
PlayStation.
remember that.
And
That was a video.
And then they banned him from ever hacking again. Like he was either going to go to jail or...
I never knew that had that outcome. Are you serious right now?
Mm-hmm.
They banned him from hacking.
they ever touching their products again. And
oh, dude.
the hackers didn't like that so much. So then that's when Sony got hacked after that huge incident. And shut down all their servers.
That's what... Okay, that's what sparked that DDoS attack. That's when DDoS got popular.
Yep.
Yeah, holy shit.
I just can't think of his name right now.
I know the video you're talking about.
Yep.
I remember watching that video. Because everybody's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And then
it was like a conference of video games or something.
Yeah.
And then people showing their new video games that they brought or like created, and he brought a PlayStation up. And
well, I remember him stalling. Like it took him a minute to get it up and going, but once he got, I think it was Debian. Once he got Debian up and running,
he just turned it on and walked away. And they're like,
yeah, you just hear this short gasp from everybody, and they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because they claimed for how long that they're never they're uncrackable.
Yeah, and it was that whole fight with Xbox Live is what sparked all of that. And yeah, they deserved it because, in my opinion, it's your equipment and you can do whatever the hell you want with that.
If I remember correctly, he was also the first person to crack the iPhone.
Oh, really? That same dude?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. That's funny. Huh. I can't believe they banned him from...
That's what they were trying to do.
Stupid. Yeah. So... so anyway... I didn't really want to get into YouTube, and that's when I found out about YouTube's competitor. YouTube had a direct competitor that was providing them some decent competition, not huge competition, but decent, and that was called Live Video. So Live Video, I jumped on there and started looking at all those people on there, and I'm like, oh, okay, those are people I can get along with. So I started doing video editing, and that was a blast. You were around for that.
Yep, that was when we were living in apartment buildings.
Yeah, the ones on the south side of town. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that was the whole path leading up to Live Video when I started doing the video editing days. And yeah, so the biggest thing about Live Video, which was kind of cheesy, they were paying celebrities to vlog on Live Video. You even had like William Shatner on there doing like custom commercials on that could only be seen on Live Video.
Okay.
It was basically just a big marketing scam to get traffic in.
Yep.
So, it's funny because even to this day, I can't remember a single huge celebrity today that was on Live Video back then. I can't remember a single one. Yeah, it was, it was pretty short-lived. Let me put it that way. It was pretty short-lived.
Yeah, it was only a couple of years for the community that was there, if I remember right.
Yeah, and it was a good community too. Everybody worked together. Everybody had fun together. They had stupid little contests like they had one where it was like sing tag.
I remember that.
Yeah,
were you making that video?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I did that with Chris Ann. That's right. That's how me and Chris Ann met.
Okay.
Because she would do these like artistic videos that were really good. She was really good at it. And then in the sing tag thing, somebody tagged the both of us in that. I'm pretty sure because they knew we were good friends at that point.
Okay.
So I'm not exactly starting at the beginning of Live Video, but yeah. Somebody tagged us both in it, and we both did a music video to Sublime. I think it was What I've Got. Yeah. And so, yeah, her and I collabed together, and we made the music video for What I Got. And I remember people were like, oh, you know, we can hear you guys singing, but, you know, we can hear the singing in the background in the music too. And it's like, come on, dude, really? So, yeah. But anyway, you would make your video. When you were tagged, you would make your video. And then at the end of the video, you would tag somebody else. And it just made its way through the rounds of the community and live video. And you had so many good supporters in there. Like, there was all the vloggers there. This was what made the vlogging community and live video unique as opposed to YouTube. Is YouTube was more concerned with like meetups, and live video was more concerned with productivity instead of just vlogging. If that makes any kind of sense. Like, we had a guy on there that was all about the brand of live video, and he even collabed with the owners of live video to create merch that they didn't have. So he came out with like bandanas and backpacks and like socks. And
did you buy any of it?
Yeah, I got a bandana from him.
Okay.
You know what, dude? I think I still have that fucking thing somewhere.
Wow.
I think it might be in my lockbox in my closet, dude. I'm not. Yeah, I'll have to take a look and see if it's there.
It's a lot of nightmares in that box.
Yeah, we're not talking about the lockbox. We're gonna leave that shit alone. So yeah, he was really good about that. But that was the type of personality that was there. And eventually, I know that I'm about to make myself sound like a total fucking mega nerd right now. They did a role play.
Okay.
And basically what it was is
you were LARPing.
Like, I was VARPing.
Okay. That's a new term.
Yeah, dude, I was VARPing.
You need to coin that.
Yeah, right? Okay, copywritten to 2018 rumorcast.com. VARPing. I was VARPing. I was video action role play. I don't know. It was a video role play. And you would just make up your own story. And when they asked me to get involved, I didn't want to be on either side. I was like, come on, man. I just joined the live video team. Now you're going to ask me to join another team. I wasn't a fan of just like being a team of things.
You play in both teams.
I did. I played both teams against each other. I created my own team. That's right. This homeboy thought outside the box. And yeah, I created my own team, and I would create I would just create these stupid dumbass pranks against one another. So I would make it so it would appear that the good side was playing a prank on the bad side, but it was actually me the whole time. Ooh, I know, like devious, right? I didn't know what to do, man. I was just like, screw it, I'm going to do my own thing. And so, yeah, I played like the neutral evil.
Yep.
For my own personal gain, I guess you could say. But in the process of that, Chris-Ann didn't really roll with on any of that, but I ran into this German dude who was really good at video editing. And we created like, oh God, we created this like subplot to the whole story.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, and him and I went back and forth, and we, kind of like broke the fourth. No, I don't want to say that. That's not the right term. We didn't break the fourth wall to the audience or anything like that. But basically, we were sending videos back and forth. Normally, you would just make your own video. You would do your own special effects. Mm-hmm. But me and him collaborated, and we started sending each other the video so we could format it correctly and put in the special effects so it would work right and adjust the videos and everything. And dude, live video went nuts about it. It was so great. We were nerd kings for a day, man. It was like, it was so much fun. That was the most fun I had, was working with him. Mm-hmm. He was really good at what he did, and it was so glad that he wanted to do that with me.
Yep.
And it was all based on that character that I created. He's like, hey, this would be a perfect fit for your character. And I'm like, okay, sure. Yeah, let's do it, I guess.
Had yourself a little online boyfriend, did ya?
He was so sweet.
Speak German to me.
Mach schnell. So yeah, no, and then that's when Butler and I started
Yes.
Opinionated. That's where the name, and now the cycle is complete, and the audience knows how Opinionated got started. That's right. It was a video show on live video that me and Butler, we only did
2 episodes, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Yeah,
because I remember that long ass intro you had. It was
my god!
Video was kind of sped up of him galloping up the stairs and sliding back down.
Oh my god! And he just had this ridiculous look on his face, of slapping that letter in the. I don't even. Oh yeah, it was a letter. It was just a joke letter to YouTube saying that they were dumb.
Putting it in the mail.
Yeah, putting it in the mail. Yeah. But. Dude, I worked really hard on that intro. I remember that took me a solid, God, it must have been like 30, 40 hours of work to do that. What was it, like maybe a minute?
Yeah. That's a long intro.
That is a long intro. Yeah. I almost had a minute intro on this, and I was like, wow, no, that 30-second one's pretty good. We'll just use that.
People get tired of it. I mean, especially because you'll have the same listeners coming back and be like, okay, I got to listen to the same damn song. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So, yeah, if you keep it down to 30 seconds, then nobody can complain. Somebody's going to complain, yeah.
It'll be me.
It'll be you, yeah. Where's all these negativity, just comments coming? Oh. Thanks, homie.
Let's keep creating new accounts.
Oh my god, that was a thing on YouTube back in the day.
Just creating new accounts and
that's how they boosted numbers.
Oh,
people were getting busted for that.
People still do that now, though.
They're pretty harsh on it now. They do a pretty good job of it. But anyway, so yeah, we created that show Opinionated, and it was 2 episodes, and they were both stupid.
Yeah.
They were both so dumb.
Well, I remember one, you were sitting on the couch, like, interviewing Butler, I think.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was such a good intro, though. The way it led into the introduction for the show, I was totally happy with. And the rest of it was just like, oh, my God.
Stupid.
Like, back in the day, I thought I was the best thing since sliced fucking bread. But I still have some of those videos, and I watch them today, and I'm like,
like, no, why do I still have these?
Oh, this external hard drive is going in the basement and never seeing the light of day. No. You know how sentimental I get. I get sentimental about shit.
You're a big softie.
I am soft and comfortable.
Cuddle in, boys.
No, man. I mean, I do get sentimental about stuff like that. I have like all kinds of stuff from when I was a kid in that lockbox, man. The letters and you name it. So yeah, I'm still sentimental about stuff like that. Projects that I worked in. Hey, you never know. Maybe one day I might get some inspiration for this show from that old crap. You know?
Yeah,
it's possible. And then yeah, it just never went anywhere after that. We did 2 episodes and it was done. It was just kaput.
And then he just kind of fell out of it.
Yeah. But that, oh no, we didn't. What? Where did we? Oh yeah, you and I first met.
It was before that.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking about. Is because I was getting ready to say it was around the time that you and I first met, but it wasn't.
That was years beforehand. Because if we both lived in an apartment, that would have been in my early 20s.
That was about 5 years after. So I was just trying to remember the apartment.
Longer than that, actually. Because you and I met when I was 12.
Yeah, I remember the year. It was 98. That was when I first came out in 99. 98, 99. Something like that.
Came out from California.
You
said came out and stopped. I was like, came out what? Classics.
I'm coming out. Yeah. No, when I first moved out from California, and then I lived with my sister for a little while, and then my mom followed out about 6-8 months after that, and then that's when we moved into that apartment next to yours.
Okay.
But I was trying to remember what apartments they were. The ones next to the nursing home there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's when me and you first met because I had this huge crush on your sister.
Well, it was that, and I was friends with your younger sister, and I came over to, I don't know, play, I guess, or something, and seen you playing video games in the living room. I was playing PlayStation.
I had the PS1 at that time.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
I was like, I like video games. What's this dude doing?
Here, little boy, take Resident Evil. It's the worst thing you'll ever fucking see in your life.
I borrowed Resident Evil from you, and I took it home, started playing it. Mom comes home from work. She's like, what is that?
Oh, my God. Your mom wanted to murder me.
She did not approve of this video game's violence nature.
Oh, she was so pissed at me.
I had to bring it back. I wasn't happy.
Yeah. That's when we first met.
Yep.
But we first became really good best friends when we started working together.
Mm-hmm.
When you got hired at Menards.
Yeah, because we started playing Magic the Gathering for years.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's when I was hanging out with your older brother.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Him and his goblin deck that you despised of.
Man. I hated that damn deck.
It was fast
so
and it was
stupid.
dirty.
It was dumb, is what it was. It was a lot of dumb.
Anyways.
I'm still bitter.
Really?
Yeah, no, and then I got that job at Menards.
Mm-hmm.
And then you started shortly after that.
Yeah, I was like, I need a job. So talked to you, and we got. Yeah. I was working right with you. In the back.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I remember walking through. It was that John, your boss.
Oh, John.
Yeah, walking through, doing the tour.
Oh man.
Come back to your area, and you were painting these little wood blocks white. And you were sitting on the table, and he's like, "Why are you sitting on the table? Why are you sitting on the job?" And I'm like, "Well, he's working, isn't he?" He just gives me this dirty look.
I was so happy you were there that day. Like, you just totally like, I approve.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, we worked at that job for 5 years.
You did.
I did.
Okay, I was going to say, I thought I was only there for 3 years until I got fired.
Jeez. Always.
Oh, dude, that place was cancer. It was total cancer. I hated that place. It was so stupid. There was so much dumb drama wrapped up in that damn place. I just couldn't stand it.
The job was fine. It's the people. That's all it was, is the people.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, it was like, what was it? It was like 6 months after I got let go that the general manager got pulled back to Eau Claire because he couldn't do his job.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. I'm not saying I was the cause of it, but I was one of the candles on the cake. Yeah. No, dude, I remember that day your mom came over. She was so pissed. And then my mom was so pissed, and I was pissed.
Let's just say everybody was pissed.
Yeah, everybody was pissed off. And I was just like, God, that sucks. This is such a good game. Yeah. Yeah, that was PS1. When did you get started online?
Had to have been when I got a 360, honestly. It was later in the day.
No shit, not until the 360, huh?
Because I went from Sega Genesis to a PlayStation 1, and then I traded in my PS1 for a GameCube. I had so many games for PS1. That's when GameStop was doing their trade in your old console. And
oh, God.
Like, you trade in...
Speaking of cancer.
The console and 10 games, and you got a GameCube for free. And then the other additional games, you'd get more store credit. And this was when they gave you a little bit better than the $2 they'll give you nowadays. But no, I had so many games that I got the console, 3 additional controllers, and 6 games. Like, I had about 150 PlayStation games.
Dude, I want to say I remember this.
Yeah, and so I got a whole bunch of stuff. Then I traded in my GameCube. Probably should have kept it because a lot of people like Melee nowadays. But
yeah,
Smash Brothers.
Oh yeah, dude, it is all about the Melee when it comes to Nintendo.
Yep. No, I traded in that for my 360, and then that's when I started playing. And honestly, the first game that I played online was Need for Speed.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I do remember when you got that 360 because we were at your dad's house.
I was playing Mario. That was GameCube. We were playing It was Need for Speed out there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Most Wanted.
Yep.
It was Most Wanted. You had 2 though.
Gun was my second.
Oh yeah,
game.
yeah. That's right. That's right. Yeah, it was the 2 launch games for the 360.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I was so fucking jealous of you because I wanted that damn 360 so bad.
Me and Matt kept telling you that you'd come over and smell our console.
Dude, you fucking dicks. Oh, I was mad. Yeah, dude. I wanted that 360 so bad.
You were like, well, maybe I could finance it or something.
Something stupid. Oh my god, yeah. That was horrible. Jesus, man, that was 13 years ago.
How have I put up with you?
I don't know, man. That's a good question. That was 13 years ago, dude. Because I remember that year. That was 2005 because I remember I had to drive Matt down to the cities to go pick up his.
Yep.
And, yeah, I just remember how fucking pissed off I was. You guys had one and I didn't.
I waited in line at Walmart to get mine.
How long did you wait?
5 hours.
Oh, God.
It was actually kind of cool. Most people are like, oh, that would be boring just sitting there and not doing anything. But all of us sitting there were gamers. So obviously we have a lot in common. So we're going to talk about video games. So you got to be friends with everybody sitting in line. All of a sudden it's just a hangout spot.
I suppose.
And then the workers, they're like, oh, cool, it's a console thing. So they brought us over a bunch of free chips and pop and stuff like that. Yeah, so we just had snacks, and it was just a fun hangout
that's
spot.
Different.
No, it was cool. It was a lot better than I was expecting it to be. As stupid as it sounds, waiting in line for hours for a video game.
Right. Yeah, I suppose. Shit.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Well, what did you do after that? When did you get your first computer?
When I turned 18. I was like, I want porn now.
I know that feel, bro.
Pretty much.
www.gatewaycomputers.com.
It was a gateway.
Was it really?
Yes.
That's fucking awesome. Hell yeah. That is badass.
No, right when I turned 18, because I couldn't have internet out at my dad's place. I mean, we're out in the middle of the country. I don't even think we could get dial-up out there. But no, at this point, I was living in town with my mom, and it's like, well, I'll get a computer now. Because I talked to you. I was like, what kind of computer should I get? You're like, okay, you got to go to this place in town. It's called Digital Magic. It's like, they'll build you a custom computer.
I told you that?
Mm-hmm. You're like, yeah, go to this Digital Magic place.
Digital Magic? I don't remember that. In Wilmer?
Mm-hmm. No, this was in St. Cloud.
St. Cloud. Oh, dude, I do remember that.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. So, yeah, you told me to go there and get a computer, but I don't know I think I maybe went there or wasn't impressed. I was just in a rush to get a computer now. So,
have to masturbate.
Maybe.
I don't blame you. Shit.
No, yeah, I just went to this place called Computer Renaissance, I think.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I remember that fucking shit.
Hey, we're not knocking it.
I need to watch my I need to watch my mouth because I think they're still
kind of shady. I've heard.
Are they still a thing?
I don't know. I thought I've heard them that they closed down in St. Cloud.
Did they? Okay. Well, yeah, but I mean the company as a whole, though. I don't.
Not sure. Haven't bothered looking up past then.
Yeah. But anyway,
they were really overpriced and there weren't a lot of good reviews for them. I mean, sure, I got my computer and it worked there, so I guess my review would be fine other than the price because it was kind of expensive.
Right. Anytime you go to a retail situation for a computer or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Unless it's like a repair or something like that. But if you're going to like part together a computer, especially today's day and age, you better do that online.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of companies have to do price matching just to be competitive.
Oh yeah, so for sure. Well,
they don't tell you that, obviously. But
the bulk of electronics, it's always new stuff coming out, always price changes, et cetera, et cetera. So, okay, so you got your first computer, you brought it home, you got a rash on your dick. What was the first thing? What was the first thing that you? What PC games were you playing?
Guild Wars. That was when John got us into playing Guild Wars.
Are you kidding me right now?
Yep.
Guild Wars was your first game.
Yep.
Wow. Man, I'm old. Yeah, dude. I remember playing. It was Medal of Honor Allied Assault.
Okay.
That multiplayer. I played the crap out of that game. I played that game so much that I even started building levels for it.
Wow.
Yeah. and it was so much fun building levels. I built like 2 levels, and they were just basic. It wasn't like I was a pro or anything like that, but it was just like they were just basic levels. But that I was really good at like figuring out ways to go, just crowd control, that kind of thing. Splitting people up and bringing people together, that kind of thing. But as far as like design goes, it wasn't the best looking crap. But yeah, I remember there was a level designer out there that made these like booby trap maps, and they were great. They were so much fun. And then after that is when I got on MechWarrior. That was a huge multiplayer game for me. And then after that, it was like the PS2,
consoles.
Yeah, I went to consoles. Yeah.
No, after that, I think. I played Guild Wars for how long though? That was 6 months after Guild Wars was released, so I got into the game early.
Wow. Yeah. No, I remember you getting me into it.
We kind of both got in it at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, because oh my God, Andy's playing what? Yay, friends! Yeah, it was
something to do.
Yeah, it was something to do, man, and it was a great game. It still is a great game.
Yeah, the Guild Wars 2 out now.
Yeah, and dude,
constantly coming out with more additional stories.
It's a hell of a good development. No, they don't pay us. Shut up. It's just a good game, people. They don't pay us, and it is. They have an amazing development team, especially if you can drag it on this long. Like, yeah, they're doing good work.
Story in the second one, the storyline kind of starts out pretty dull and cliche, but it gets better on down the road.
Maybe they planned it that way.
Maybe.
Well, I remember like some of the Halloween events and stuff like that, and
they are always all over the holidays.
And they did a really good job with it. That one Halloween event was insane when they had that big, huge jack-o'-lantern dude. That was like, what the hell's his name?
Mad King.
The Mad King, yes. The Mad King stuff was amazing.
Yeah, they still do that.
Yeah. No, that is great.
They usually change it up. Usually holidays and Christmases, they change it up a little bit, but there's a lot of similarities. They always do something different for April Fools, though. I mean, one year for the first Guild Wars, they changed everybody into stick figures, or everybody had big bobbleheads, or something weird and stupid.
Awesome. That is so awesome. Yeah.
No, other than that, no. I didn't have a computer all growing up, especially living out in the country like that. When we lived in town, since I was about 12, I would have to go to the library and use their computer.
I suppose it didn't matter back then, but that would spook me out today. I'd be too concerned of staying logged into something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I would just go there to use Yahoo Messenger or something.
I suppose, yeah.
Even though there wasn't too many. There was a couple people from school that would use it. No, they're not. It was stupid because you'd have to go there and sign on a check-in list, and you'd have to wait your turn because there are 2 computers.
How long did you have to wait?
Well, sometimes you'd have to just sign up and come back later on in the day or something.
No shit.
Yep.
Was it always booked? Like, if you got there too late kind of thing, was it always booked up or what?
It was, yeah, because there was a lot of the same people that would go there.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yep.
Wow. Well, at least they had a schedule, so it's like from this time to this time.
Yep. You have a half hour or something.
Oh, that's so fun. Could you like sign up back to back and just like create a block?
Nope, because you can only like be there so much for one day.
Oh, okay. Well, at least they were fair about it.
Pretty much.
Just go check your email quick and then bounce.
I didn't really do anything with emails. It was just Yahoo Messenger. No, yeah, I didn't even look up porn on it.
Well, I wouldn't have done that shit either at a public library.
You'd be surprised. People do.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, I know they do that now. But
people did back then.
That's disturbing. It's still disturbing today.
Because there was a printer that you could print off pages for 10 cents each. And
I remember that. They would print the porn?
They would print them.
So they wouldn't check what was on the pages. They just, how many pages do you got? Okay, that's $1.
Mm-hmm, pretty much.
Oh, God. I'm not going to crack those jokes.
Take it home.
Yeah, right. All stuck together. Well, technically, it's all stuck together, ma'am, so it's 1 page. Here's your dime. The money's on the dresser. Fuck. God.
But no, my computer is pretty much just for video games and Messenger. I did, when we started talking about videos and whatnot. I made some YouTube videos when we played Gears of War for so long.
Oh, yes.
Started doing those collaborations.
Oh, my God.
Headshots
dude,
like everybody was ranting about or something.
Because we needed a montage.
Yep.
Yeah, and then I made that whole... Because we had a team.
Yeah.
And I made the... I don't even know what you would call it. Like the team video or...
The intro to all of us. Yeah.
What the hell was our team name?
I don't remember.
Oh, God, we've got to think of this now. The pressure's on. The audience is like, who were they? They were in MLG. Who were they?
I wouldn't even remember it.
Dude, Team Corpser.
That was
That's
it.
exactly
Okay.
who we were.
Yeah, that was when MLG first started hosting tournaments and such.
Yeah, and we weren't anybody famous people. We got cheated out of the very first one.
When people like to roadie run and jump out of the map.
And then they had that lag switch deal.
Yep.
Like they installed a physical switch.
Like a light switch.
Yeah, to their freaking power supply to their Xbox and would like flick it.
Not the power supply to your network cable, so you would have latency. And
Yeah.
Yep.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah, we didn't like that.
No, I was pissed. I was so mad because what's his name did recordings.
Oh,
he was recording the match. Was it Yiddle?
Yep.
Yeah, Yiddle was doing recordings of the matches, and he had recorded exactly what had happened.
Mm-hmm.
And they just oh well, nothing we can do.
Pretty much.
And that was the end of that. And the part that pissed me off is they let the winning team go on.
Yes.
They didn't punk him out or anything like that. Oh, that's just what it is. Yeah. And he admitted to it. He was like, yeah, no, I see what's going on here, but unfortunately there's nothing we can do. And let the cheating team go on. And it's like, oh, dude, nope, done.
Yeah.
Done.
So there's no point to continue after that.
No, there's not. There was no justice. Oh, man. I think we're good.
That was a long time ago.
That was a very long time ago. We've drug up a lot of memories.
Way too many.
This episode.
And now we're into podcasts.
And now we're into podcasting. So 10 years from now,
We'll be talking about...
it's going to be one of two things. We're either going to be on the podcast talking about the first podcast we did, or we're going to be doing something else talking about, hey, man, remember that one time we did the podcast?
We'll be listening to other podcasts while we talk about it.
I love podcasts, dude.
Yeah.
My roommate, Ricky, got me into podcasting.
Okay.
Dude, he was like, have you ever listened to podcasts? And I was like, well, I've heard of them, but I've never really gotten into them.
Heard of them.
Yeah. Shut up.
Who is 4chan?
Yeah. Right? Oh, man, perpetrators of Anonymous. No, and I knew what it was, but I haven't dipped into it at all. And he was like, okay, get a player, download Joe Rogan's podcast, and listen to the episode with Steve-O.
Okay, yep.
And that was the first episode I ever listened to, was Joe Rogan's podcast with Steve-O. And it was so amazing. I was so happy about it. And, yeah, it was incredible. It was an incredible podcast. Steve-O had a... Dude, you're talking about two guys that have an unlimited amount of stories. And they just fed off of each other so well. Steve-O needs his own podcast.
He's got a lot of stuff
I'm
to
rolling
talk
with
about.
Joe on that one. Yeah, totally. I'm rolling with Joe on that one. Steve-O needs his own podcast. So anyway, I got hooked. I got absolutely hooked to Joe Rogan's podcast. And come to find out... oh my God, Andy, my favorite, still to this day, my favorite episode of Joe Rogan's is the one he did with Andy Dick. I know you hate that guy.
I don't know what it is.
I know you hate that guy, but it was a great episode, epic episode. Oh my God, did they talk about some drama in that episode? It was amazing, absolutely amazing. And then I just started looking for names because Joe Rogan posts all the names of the people that are on his show, and one of them came across as super familiar. I was like, who is that? His name's Bert Kreischer.
Okay.
And I was like, who is that? Why do I know that name? And he's the Machine.
Yep.
You
Okay.
remember that stand-up comedy, The
Yes.
Machine? Yes. So I didn't know Bert Kreischer's real good friends with Joe Rogan, and every single I took every single one of those Bert Kreischer episodes and I lined them all up in a queue, and I listened to all of those first, and they were all great. And then I'm like, well, shit, now who I know? And that's what I started to do with Joe Rogan's podcast. And I was just fine. Oh yeah, I want to listen to her, or oh yeah, I want to listen to him, and then just queue them all up in order.
Yep.
It was just kind of dumb, but. No, Joe Rogan has an amazing podcast. And then I kind of sort of branched off a little bit more. I started listening. Bert Kreischer does his own podcast.
Okay.
And then a buddy of mine from work, he plays D&D. And I have played a little bit of D&D, but I like to listen. I like the stories of it. So he told me there was a podcast called Critical Role. So I started listening to that one. And yeah, I kind of dabble in it.
Jump all over.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Chris-Ann was telling me one. She was telling me about Freakonomics. I've heard of that one before, but there's another one. I can't remember what it's called. But anyway, she recommended a couple.
What was it about?
I don't remember. I'm sorry, Chris-Ann. I have it written down somewhere.
Don't worry, he's got a terrible memory.
I have a horrible memory.
In fact, one time...
Shit.
You forgot. I came to the movies with you.
Oh,
once.
Jesus Christ. Are we going to bring this up again?
You did it.
Go on. Get it over with.
All right, fine. So we go to the movies one time.
This is a fucking stupid story.
Me, him, and his ex-girlfriend go to see the movie Saw. I think
she was my girlfriend at the time, though.
True. So we see Saw 3, Saw 4, something like that.
It was one of the Saw movies. That's
Yeah.
when we were in that huge Saw kick, and I was all about it.
Yep. So see it, and then the next weekend we meet up and start hanging out, and he's like, dude, we went to see the Saw movie last week, and it was so good. I was like, yeah, I saw it too. It's like, oh, you went? It's like, dude, I was with you.
It's fucking sitting right next to me.
It's like, no, you weren't. I sat next to you. What is wrong with you?
It was so bad. And still to this day, I do not remember you sitting next to me. Oh, my God. I swear to God, I'm coming down with a nasty case of Alzheimer's by the time I'm 50. Like,
Just a figment of your imagination.
Stupid. So stupid. So
No. Yeah, I listened to Joe Rogan after you suggested me to listen to him, which I liked a lot of his.
It's a good show. Such a good. He has so many awesome guests on that show.
I like the Steve-O one. His Jamie Foxx one was all right. He had Lance Armstrong on there one time.
I didn't know that one. He had Lance on there?
I think he's had him on there twice, actually.
Lance Armstrong?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember seeing that.
Some fan you are.
Shut the F up. Dude, he's got over 1,000 episodes. Get off my back.
Mm-hmm,
and each episode is 2 hours long. Do you know how much fucking content that is?
2 hours?
Anyway.
No, then you started telling me that he had a lot of stuff for fitness, like that kettlebell and...
Oh, yeah, because he's... I'm pretty sure he's an owner of Onnit.
Yeah.
He's he's a partner.
Yep.
Something like that. He's directly involved with Onnit. And, yeah, I got one of those kettlebells are awesome, dude.
He had like the demon skull or something like that.
The zombie one. It's
the
actually...
zombie. Hiding in the corner somewhere?
Somewhere. Oh, there it is. It's right there.
Yep.
Yeah, see? Yeah, dude, the zombie head. Yeah, it is one pood. I got to look up that measurement. Like, what is a pood? But it has something to do with like archaic measurement of ounces.
35 pounds?
Yeah.
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah, 35, 36, something like that. I don't know, some archaic form of measurement. But yeah, that's how they measure them, is one pood.
Yeah, so I watched a lot of his videos on his kettlebell routines, which you were really big into for a while. That's why you bought the kettlebell.
Yeah, for a while, and then I got lazy.
Typical American.
Yes, sir. Patriotic as fuck.
He's really big into nutrition too.
He's he's huge into natural,
organic,
but it's like he has this. He's probably, if he ever meets me, he's probably gonna smack me in the head for this. But he has this like caveman way of nutrition, which is good because he does everything all natural.
Yep.
You know, he has his own chickens. You know, he grows his own vegetables. There are some things out there that he does eat, but he only looks for natural ingredients. He doesn't look for any preservatives, no additives, no chemicals, stuff like that. He just gets food with all natural ingredients. That's Joe Rogan's thing.
That's a good way to do it.
Oh yeah, for sure. He has a good philosophy on food, man. He's look at the guy. He's healthy as a fucking horse. Like, why would you not take advice from somebody like that? It's just like a fat chef. Of course, you know the food's going to be good. It's the same thing with dieting.
Yep.
You run into a guy that's as fit as him. Why would you not listen to his advice?
Exactly.
I listened to your advice on the keto shit, and I lost. What did I lose? I lost 25. Yeah, I lost 25 pounds in like 5-6 months, something.
It was less than that. It was 3.
Yeah, something like that. So yeah, why if somebody that's like fit and healthy, why would you not listen to them? So
yeah.
Anyway,
listen to those. Can't really think of too many other people he had on just right offhand. Oh, he had Philip DeFranco on there one time.
yes, he did.
I like his YouTube channel, honestly. I don't know if you've watched.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of news.
Just news stuff. It's just interesting stuff.
You know me, I don't watch TV.
He was the one that called out that Daddy 05.
Oh yeah, that's right. That big scandal about the child abuse and everything like that. That's right.
He created a video about like, this is BS.
Oh yeah, it was.
Oh yeah,
yeah, for sure.
He just drew the attention more to it. Yeah, they had the kids taken away, and
they tried to start up again. Did I tell you that?
Really?
Yeah, this was like, I want to say it was a couple months ago. Well, okay, something like that. It was a few months ago. But yeah, they tried to start up again, got shut down again. It was pretty funny. They only made it like a couple weeks before they got found out. Oh, yeah. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, I'm surprised they would even bother trying, though.
They're addicted to the YouTube fame, man. They were famous for a while.
Wonder how much they made off of that, though.
I don't know. It couldn't have been that much, but they were probably making a living off of it. And given the quality of the videos, not like they had a production team.
Yep.
So, yeah. I don't know.
So, yeah, other than that, the only other podcast I listen to, Dan Savage.
Who the fuck is Dan Savage? It sounds like some cheesy 80s action hero.
Sure. Think of, like, you know who Dr. Drew is? Like that sex...
Oh, yeah.
Think of him like that almost.
No way he's the sex doctor?
Kind of. He's like this relationship and sex advice, especially for like the LGBT community.
Sure.
But he was a big art...
hold on. Strictly to the LGBT community?
Primarily focused on that. Yep.
All right.
And he's a big author and journalist and stuff like that too. Do you remember that It Gets Better program where like all these celebrities, they created this program called It Gets Better, and all these celebrities and people that have come out and stuff like that to raise awareness for suicide of kids in high school of the LGBT community that are killing themselves. So they're just creating awareness of videos of people that have come out and saying, it gets better, just work your way through high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He created that.
Wow.
Yep. And then you remember, who is Rick Santorum?
Oh, it sounds familiar.
He's this big politician that hates the gays.
No, that's a Ricky topic, man. Ricky's the politics pro.
He would always compare like gay sex to bestiality and incest and
God, one of those people. Stupid. They
would always go back and forth with each other. The only reason I mention his name is because
Dan Savage and this politician would.
They would go back and forth. Yeah, Dan Savage and him.
Yep, that's awesome.
Yep. So the reason I mentioned him was because it came about one time on Dan Savage's website. He had a love column or whatever, and he created a competition, if you want to call it that, to come up with a new meaning for Santorum, Rick Santorum's last name, because there was no meaning for it.
Shit.
So people were submitting like new meanings for it because there wasn't one online anywhere.
That is a brilliant idea.
Mm-hmm. So what ended up winning was the meaning of Santorum is the frothy mixture of lube and fecal matter that is the byproduct of anal sex.
Oh my God.
So if you look that up, yeah, that's what'll pop up.
That is epic.
He asked for Google to take it down, but they wouldn't do it.
Yeah. Sorry, man. That's all you, homeboy.
Mm-hmm.
Reminds me when Reddit got the Nazi flag associated with Comcast.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, dude. So now if you do an image search for Comcast, it is guaranteed that a Nazi swastika flag will pop up.
Yep.
Oh, my God.
I think the second thing that popped up, or the second place winner, was burns when it pees. When you pee, yes.
That's great.
So
that even sounds right, too, Santorum.
Yeah, because if you're at the doctor, he'd be like, well, Santorum?
Yes, Santorum. Santorum, it hurts. And now, we can listen to our own podcast.
That's true. Sing me to sleep, Daddy. Stop it now.
And there goes 100,000 subscribers.
That's all right. We don't need them.
Fine. Goodbye. Goodbye.
The first one?
Goodbye to the first subscriber we lost. Is that what you're saying?
To the show.
Yes. Goodbye to the show. Yeah.
No, it was fun. Glad I came.
Yeah. I'm glad you started this whole thing off with me, man. Like that's awesome. I can't believe we're doing this, man.
And now we gotta think about the next one.
Yes. We ain't gonna have trouble with it, dude. We've got so many fucking stupid stories.
Works for me.
Works for me too, man. Well, awesome. All right.
Sounds good.
Well, thanks for coming out, Andy. It was good having you, and I'm sure we will see you next time. And that is it for our first ever episode of Rumorcast. I hope you had as much fun listening to it as much as Andy and I had talking about it. Please follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Rumorcast, as well as if you'd like to get in touch with us, I love a good story. Feel free to email us at gmail.com, rumorcast@gmail.com. And we'll see you for the next one.